Hi everyone, it's Sukanya. In this video, we will discuss the answer key of ICSE biology paper. So, without any further delay, let's begin. The first question is, name the following by choosing the correct option. So, we have to name them. The first one is the process of conversion of ADP to ATP. Important. ADP to ATP during photosynthesis. Well, this happens during photophosphorylation. So, the right answer is 1B, photophosphorylation. Next question. Permanently open structures seen on the barks of woody stems. Well, here the catch is barks of old woody stems. Usually, whenever we think about open structures on trees, the first name that pops up is stomata. But since barks of old woody stems is mentioned, the answer is C, lenticels. Next, the pressure developed in the roots due to continuous inward movement of water by cell to cell osmosis is root pressure. This is pretty simple. The answer is root pressure. Next, the type of gene which in presence of a contrasting allele is not expressed. So suppose, let's put this way. Yeah. So suppose we have a gene, the dominant one is capital R, the recessive one is small r. And if this is a heterozygote condition, then what the question says, the type of gene which in presence of a contrasting allele is not expressed. Well, that is recessive. Option D. Okay, next. After mitosis, a female human cell will have female human cell. So we have 46 chromosomes, out of which 44 are autosomes. And since it says female, we know females are XX. So the right answer is option A. Next, question 2. Complete the following statements by choosing the appropriate option for each blank. Okay. So, number 1 is at the end of dash, cytokinesis is completed. Well, the end of karyokinesis is telophase. So, after telophase, cytokinesis is completed. So, the option is 1D. Next, the genotype of a person who cannot roll his tongue is, this is a recessive condition where a person cannot roll his tongue. So this is option C, small r, small r. Next, when a cell is placed in a dash solution, it becomes plasmolysed. So when a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, hypertonic matlab the outside concentration is higher than the cell. That is the condition when a cell will get plasmolysed. So, answer is option B, hypertonic. Next, the nitrogenous base adenine always pairs with thymine. Pretty easy. Next, the basic units of heredity are genes. Some bache, they made the mistake of chromosomes. No, chromosome is not the basic unit of heredity. Genes are the basic unit of heredity. So I hope you have done it correctly over here. Question 3. Now we have to choose the correct answer from each of the 4 options given below. So we have to expand NADP. You don't even need to look into the options. You know the full form of NADP. That is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. That is option B. Now you locate, where is it? Option B, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Don't even look at the other options. If you know the right answer, just go for the answer. Just go for that option. Next, transpiration is useful to the plant because A, creates a suction force for absorption of water from the soil. Obviously, because of loss of water vapor during transpiration, that creates a vacuum, and that pressure creates a suction, and the vacuum creates a suction, and as a result water is absorbed by the roots. So option A is correct. B, no, it does not help in photophosphorylation. C, no, it does not have any role in glucose synthesis. No, splitting water molecules. So obviously option 2, so obviously for question 2 the right option is A, 3. Okay, this is a fun one. A homozygous pea plant having purple flowers, that is capital P, capital P. Let me just write it over here. Okay, I can't write it now. Yeah, now I can. So homozygous capital P, capital P is crossed with a homozygous pea plant bearing white flowers, which is recessive. So let's say this is small p, small p. Okay, you can't make quite difference, but anyway, capital P, small p. The phenotypic ratio of the offspring obtained in F2 generation. So for F1 generation, we will get all offsprings to be capital P, small p. That is purple. So for F2, let's see what we get. You can also draw a Punnett square for this one, but since I don't have that much place, I'm just going to use the basic one. So capital P, capital P, capital P, small p, capital P, small p, small p, small p. So 1, 2, 3, these three will be purple while this one will be white. Now we have been asked to provide the phenotypic ratio, not the genotypic ratio. So the phenotypic ratio is option D, 3:1, 3 purple and 1 white. Chalo, let's go. Number 4. The shoot from a balsam plant is kept in a beaker containing eosin solution. The pink color will be distinctly seen in the xylem. So the xylem tissues will take up the solution along with water, and the xylem vessels will get colored with the pink solution. Next, replication of DNA in the cell cycle occurs in the S phase. We know during the S phase, the cell is preparing itself to enter the division, that is the M phase. So that is the time when the DNA is replicating, dividing. So pretty much up tak the question easy aa raha hai. Let's see with number 4. Okay, question 4, explain the following terms. Number 1 is karyokinesis. Well, it is the division of the nucleus during cell division. You don't even need to go through the other answers, the other options. It's pretty clear. It is the first one, karyokinesis. Karyo matlab nucleus, kinesis division. Next, law of dominance. Okay, this question paper says put, but it is not put. This should be out. Okay, this is not put, out. Anyway, so law of dominance is, dominance matlab one allele will express while the other allele will not be able to express itself when it's present. When the other one is present. So obviously number B. Out of a pair of contrasting alleles present together, only the dominant allele is able to express itself while the recessive cannot. Okay, this question has a little garbadi here and there. There has to be some problem with the question paper that I have received, but law of dominance may only the dominant allele will be able to express itself while the recessive one will not be able to express itself. Next, mutation. What is mutation? Mutation is a sudden change in one or more genes in an organism's cell which is heritable. Option A. Okay, next. Photosynthesis. It is synthesis of glucose from carbon dioxide and water by green plants using light energy. See, kids, the examiner has tried to confuse you over here. By looking at the option, the first thing that will come to your mind that option C is the right answer. See, it is the synthesis of glucose from carbon dioxide and water. A lot of kids will read up till here and then they'll mark option C. But see, it says non-green plants. That is the catch over here. So if you haven't made that mistake, I told you in my previous videos that during MCQs, the examiner is not testing how much you know, but actually how much you can correctly identify when you're given in a short time frame. So basically that is the funda over here. Again, the right answer is option D, synthesis of glucose from carbon dioxide and water by green plants using light energy. Very well then. Chalo, next question. Transpiration. Transpiration, well, again, it is loss of water in the form of water vapor, not water droplets. Water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. Option C. 5 ka option C. Again, you can see how the examiner is confusing here with the other options. It's quite fun, actually. Maybe not. Anyway, question 5. Mention the exact location. Now we have to mention the exact location of the following. Number 1, aster. So when is this aster rays formed? Around the centrioles. Great. कहाँ पर? Animal cells. Now centrioles are only present in animal cells, not in plant cells. So 1 option B. Next, where are guard cells found? Again around the stoma. Guard cells and stomata go hand in hand. Next, xylem tissue. What does the xylem tissue does? Conducts water and minerals in leaves. So xylem tissue is responsible in conduction of water and minerals. Phloem transports the food material. Next, centrioles. Centrioles are found only in animal cells. See, I told you just a while ago. Next, genes. Genes are present on chromosomes. Obviously, genes are the structural and functional unit of heredity, and they are found on chromosomes. Question 6. State the functions of the following. Cell wall. No, it does not regulate entry of solutes. That is done by the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. It gives rigidity and shape to plant cells, so option C. Next, centromere. Centromere is the point of attachment of two sister chromatids. Option A. 3. Cuticle on leaves. It reduces transpiration. So in xerophytes, cuticles are highly thick to reduce transpiration. पढ़ा है हमने ये सब कुछ. Hydrathodes. Okay, hydrathodes and guttation go side by side. So option D. Next, grana of chloroplast is not. Okay, this is a good one. It is not. It is not the site of light independent phase. Grana of chloroplast is the site of light dependent phase, is the site of photolysis, is the site of photon absorption. The light independent phase occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. So, not. Since it says not, option A is the right answer. Chalo, up question number 7. What do we have? The diagram given below presents an experiment to demonstrate a particular aspect of photosynthesis. The letter A indicates a certain condition inside the flask. Now we have to answer the following questions. This is basically the experiment to show that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Okay, so that is the first question. What is the aim of the experiment? To show that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Option D. So basically what do we do for this experiment? We take a plant with destarched leaves, then we insert one of these leaves inside the flask, conical flask, which contains KOH or potassium hydroxide. What does this potassium hydroxide do? It absorbs the carbon dioxide, and then we leave the plant, this setup, in the sunlight, and after a few hours we look for the observation. Chalo, dekhte what are the next thing. What is the special condition inside the flask? What is the special condition inside the flask? Air inside the flask is free of carbon dioxide. Obviously, we are testing whether carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis or not. So, the flask has to be devoid of free carbon dioxide. So, option B. Number 3. An alternative chemical that can be used instead of KOH is sodium hydroxide. KOH and sodium hydroxide pretty much works the same manner. Okay, number 4. In what manner do the leaves 1 and 2 differ at the end of the starch test? So at the end of the starch test, leaf 1 turns brown and leaf 2 turns blue-black because of presence of starch in the second one. So option A. Next, what is the important step that should be taken before performing this experiment? So that's option C. The plant should be placed in dark for 24 hours to de-starch the leaves. This is important. Chalo, we have another diagram question. Question 8. Given below is the diagram of an experiment step up to study the process of transpiration. Cobalt chloride papers are fixed on the upper as well as on the lower surface of the leaf, and now we have to answer the following questions. Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, what is the first question? What is the aim of the experiment? Well, the aim of the experiment is to prove that more transpiration occurs from the lower surface of a dicot leaf. That is option A. So option A. What is the color of dry cobalt chloride paper? So the dry cobalt chloride paper will be blue in color. Option B. Number 3. After about an hour, what change, if any, would you expect to find in the cobalt chloride paper placed on the upper and lower surface of the leaf? We will see that the upper surface is less pink, whereas the lower surface is more pink. Now, transpiration occurs more on the lower surface of the leaf, but that does not mean that no transpiration occurs from the upper surface of the leaf. So the answer is option C. Next question. 2 adaptations in plants to reduce transpiration are narrow leaves, thin cuticles. No, the cuticle has to be thick. Fewer stomata, broad lamina of leaves. No. Thin cuticle, sunken stomata. No. Narrow leaves and fewer stomata. Option D. As you can see from the 2 pairs of characters, one says that reduces transpiration while the other is increasing transpiration. So you have to be careful. So option D is the right answer. And the final question is, the rate of transpiration is less when there is high humidity in the air and low temperature. That is option A. And that's, my friend, your ICSE biology paper. Comment below and tell me, how much did you score out of 40? So that was it for this video. Congratulations, your first semester exams are finally over. I think there is just one exam left for few of you, but for majority of you, the exams are finally over. Come on guys, enjoy, have fun, but you again need to resume your studies for your second semester examination, and I will be back soon with the second semester syllabus. Till then, bye bye, take care, enjoy yourself.